This video will describe form selection rules. The third option here is form selection. And what this means is it will select a form that you've defined from the lexicon. Now this is a rule for verbs. And for verbs, we've defined these forms. Let's go over there. If we go over in the lexicon to verbs, and we look at the forms, I've defined these 4 forms. You can define whatever forms in your lexicon your language needs. And then, when you come over here and choose form selection, the stem plus the forms you've defined, those are the ones that are available. So let's write a rule that will choose the past tense form from the lexicon whenever the verb, target tense, and form is set to past. Select the past tense form from the lexicon. Now by default, the rule is added at the end of the list. And if we leave it there and we click Generate Now, when we look at the history of this word, all of those other rules, the rule that inserted the EA infix and then all of those morphophonemic rules, they made their changes, but then all those changes were wiped out by this rule, which came along and selected the past tense form from the lexicon. So the ordering of your rules is very important. If we drag this up here, then it will select the past tense form, walked, and then all of these subsequent rules will apply to that form. Notice when we click here, the base form is current entry, and that's the default when you select simple. Current entry means whatever text is there when it's time to execute this rule, that text will be used, and this rule will apply to that text. If you want, you can select a form here, like select the participle. So it will, this rule would now, if we did this, it will select the participle and then insert the infix EA immediately before the last character of the stem. The -1 means last character of the stem. So these rules, the simple ones that add morphology, they can apply to any form. They can first select a form from the lexicon and then add suffixes or infixes or circumfixes, etc. So anyway, the order of the rules is important. If we run the rules now, so now we see that walk changed to walked by the rule that selects the past tense form from the lexicon. Then we added the EA infix to that form, and then there was various morphophonemics. Well, no, okay, the morphophonemic rules didn't apply anymore, but we did add the additional suffix ed. So now none of the environments for the morphophonemic rules were satisfied by this text. So that's how the form selection rules work.